Okay, that's Sha'carri. What are you Nah, see, in an airport? Nah, lady. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care if you a track star, but you're gonna definitely have to be held accountable for your actions. This is a public place, ladies and gentlemen. One of the public places in America that you can ever be in is an airport. And when I look at this video, I wonder, what is she doing to this guy behind closed doors? If she's doing this in an airport, there's no telling what she's doing behind closed doors, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this Sha'carri girl was actually charged with domestic violence and things like that. And I do hear women holding her accountable, so I will give you guys that. I'll give you credit when due. But at the same time, when it comes to the black community, but really all races, white, Hispanic, these women think that you owe them loyalty without a ring. Now, granted, if the guy gets on his knee and gives you his last name and things like that, then yeah, I completely understand why she would be upset, because that's your husband. But this guy, I believe that I don't know if they're still dating or if he was dating her, but I don't know if they're currently dating. Who cares? But he's a track star as well, a famous track athlete. And if I'm being honest with you guys, these actors, these athletes, these I don't know, these public figures, whatever you want to call it, they're all sleeping with each other. And I don't know if he got caught cheating or if he was talking to another woman. I'm pretty sure that's what the story was saying. Not really sure if that's true or not, though, because, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I know I got a lot of women watching my channel, but women lie. Like a lot. Okay, so I'm not going to believe anything until I see some more facts come out. But she has actually been arrested. So let's continue. Let's continue to watch her beat the hell out of her boyfriend. What? Yo. See, man, now I gotta bring the gains out. Because you ain't never. Did she just square him up to the wall? She just treated him like that was her bitch or something. I'm gonna be honest with you. You ain't doing me like that in public. At that point, I'm drawing the line, and that's the problem. If that man would have hit her back, this would have been world news. I'm so sick and tired of women thinking they can just put their hands on men, and when they retaliate on you, and then become the brick lady. I'm sick and tired of it. You guys are gonna learn to keep your hands off of men. Now, he has a reputation. See, he has stuff to lose, and this is who women pull this crap with. They pull it with Johnny Depp. They do it with Will Smith. If that man has something to lose, she's going to do everything in her power to either take that credibility or that status away from you as a successful man. Trust me, guys. I'm not trying to sound like Myron Gaines or anything, but these women will definitely ruin your reputation for the slightest, most pettiest thing. It don't even have to be true. It can be an allegation. That's the most effed up part about it. What? Bro. Right, get off me. So Sha'carri Richardson, she basically wants to be a man at this point. He's saying get up off me, and you're pursuing the problem. You're pursuing him. If he did something wrong to you, what's wrong with people? And you know what? Scratch that. What's wrong with women? Why can't you guys just leave? You know what? I take that back. I'll say people, because men do this too. They don't just leave the relationship. It's a lot of crazy ass dudes out here too. But if you guys don't approve of each other, it looks like he's just not approving of you right now. But why can't you guys leave the relationship? If you guys are done, okay, you go your way, I go my way, and The thing about women is they always think like they need closure for everything. Like, I don't need to explain myself to you, girl. It's over with. It's over. It's over. Okay? So stop acting like I have to explain myself to you. That's what I would have told her. I don't explain myself to women. I barely explain myself to the women at my job. And I don't care if they see it or not, because they already know how I come at my job. I don't like taking orders from women, if I'm being honest, besides my mom, okay? And my wife, but that only comes with, that's not, let's not get carried away. So let's continue watching this. Why are you Did she just punch him in the back of the head? Now we talking real charges here. Now we're talking actual charges. Can I go back? I think she literally just punched a guy in the head. Okay, nah, she kind of shoved him on the shoulder, but still, you're doing this in an airport around all these beautiful white people. Why you gotta do this around white folks, man? They already got black fatigue, and you are a public figure. That's what I'm not understanding. You're a public figure doing this, and you're just giving a bad representation when it comes to black women. You're not really helping their stereotypical, thing that they're going. I wouldn't even say they're going through anything stereotypical, because majority of the stuff they say about black women is true. So. Wow. She's still all in his face, yelling and screaming. And it's like, I know women like her are fucking annoying. I can't be around women like this for 2 seconds. I'm not bragging here, and I hate to even go down this Andrew Tate. I don't know if you guys want to call it the Andrew Tate way or anything, but look, I swear to Christ, I'm too masculine for women like this. I don't even want to hear you really talk for real, let alone scream in my face about some bullshit. Now, if he was wrong, granted, but I mean, you ain't my wife. That's not your husband. So why are you getting all riled up? You are Sha'carri Richardson. You can get any man you want, I believe. I mean, if you kind of slim up the arms a little bit, because your arms are almost looking like mine's. So it's like, you don't have a problem finding other men, right? Now, if he's exercising his options, that's up to him. You are not God, woman. You cannot control what this man's do with his actions. If you guys were married, and if he did that, then he have to answer for that. But there are no legal agreements when it comes to these two people, so she needs to keep her hands to herself. And I hate when women like Amber Turd always putting their hands on public figures that are men like Johnny Depp, beating the shit out of them. And this lady was lying on this man. We're talking like really bad accolades. She said Johnny Depp raped her. She said that he shoved a wine bottle up her vagina, which is absolutely one of the most craziest things. You gotta be a sick whack job to even lie, to even think about coming up with a lie like that. She's talking about Johnny Depp was beating her and all this other BS, which was a lie. But in reality, Amber shit was actually beating him. Amber Turd was beating him. She was beating Johnny. And let me just throw out some numbers for you guys if you guys don't believe me here. But the biggest abusers when it comes to children, old people, and other women is women. It's not men. The only time the statistic is when men are getting attacked, it's by other men. Women are the ones beating up other women. Women are the ones beating children. Women are the ones beating old people. We need to get it together. And it's really bad in the black community. I just saw a story today. This lady had a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old rotting in her damn trunk. rotting in her trunk. I believe this was her own niece and nephew. I think her sister wanted her to watch the kids for the week or something like that. I don't know if they were actually related or something like that, but she wanted her to watch her kids, which is weird because I don't really want to leave nobody with my children if I'm not for sure who they are. But she beat the damn kids, killed them, and then she put them in bags, multiple garbage bags, and then was just riding around with them in the trunk for a month. There were maggots in it. It was one of the saddest stories I've ever seen. It was the saddest story I've ever seen. And a woman did this. These were two women. A man can honestly, the cops, which were majority men, by the way, they were retching. They were throwing up. They never seen something so horrific. These are big, grown ass, strong men who will probably flip you in 2 seconds. What this woman did will traumatize these men for the rest of their life. I would rather you beat me up than show me a kid, a 5-year-old little girl, rotting with maggots coming out of her eyes and mouth. Please beat me up. I will take that any day, because I can't live with seeing pictures like that in my head. That will make a grown man cry in a heartbeat, seeing a child dead. And if it don't make you cry as a grown man, look, if you can't see a kid die, then you're also not tough. And you're like, dude, quit it. I've seen Marines shed tears for dead babies, bro. So don't think you that tough, okay? Because you're probably not. But I'm sad. I'm sorry, guys. I was sidetracked. But this Sha'carri Richardson lady, just another example of black women not being held accountable. Well, she did get arrested, but is she gonna actually lose her clout? Probably not. They're probably saying, you go, queen. You know, probably 80% of them are probably supporting this girl. What'd he do? What'd he do? He shouldn't have cheated. Okay, she should have just left. So that means she got to put, her hands on him? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, but I just wanted to throw those numbers out. And when it comes to marriages, lesbian marriages actually have the highest domestic violence cases. Okay, I'm gonna leave off on that note, guys. But if you guys like these videos, please comment, hit the notification bell, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen, if Sha'carri Richardson looks like a trans. Peace.